I'm Father Bob Stokig, rector of the Guardian Angel Cathedral in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming to you with a reflection, this not for a Sunday, but for a feast that's so important we call it a solemnity, like a Sunday that's added on, extra in the week. November 1st, sometimes in the Western United States at least, is not always observed as a holy day of obligation, especially if it falls on a Monday or a Friday, in deference to people's lives and especially the shortage of clergy. However, this year we celebrate it as a holy day of obligation. It's a feast we might know well even from our childhood, learning that saints are people who give us a life worth emulating. Perhaps in their lifetime they had special qualities. We have many such saint days on our liturgical calendar every year, but November 1st is a day when we think about all of those who aren't necessarily named separately or have their separate feast day. We think about the communion of all saints. And as we think about that, our theology tells us that those who have gone before us in faith are still in union with us here on earth, particularly in union with us as we worship. We think about the liturgy of heaven joining the liturgy here on earth. And each year on this particular feast, we hear the Beatitudes as our gospel, which can be reflected in the lives of so many of those women and men who have gone before us, having lived those exemplary Christian lives. Blessed are is how each beatitude begins. Maybe thinking about the way in which the saints have embodied those beatitudes can inspire us to better live them in our own earthly lives. So I invite you at the beginning of Matthew's Sermon on the Mount in chapter 5 to read those beatitudes, maybe to recall a saint you might know something about. Maybe you had to choose a saint's name for confirmation and you still remember some quality that inspired you to choose them. Or maybe the saint after whom you are named, if you're named after a saint. Or one of those unnamed saints that you've met in your lifetime that have gone before us that exhibited some of those beatitude qualities to you in your life. This feast calls us to rejoice and calls us also to look forward one day, because of Christ's paschal mystery, to being able to be joined together, not in heaven and on earth, but all together around God's presence in the life to come. May we leave a legacy in our own Christian living that might be worth somebody in years to come wanting to emulate. Wherever you are as you watch this reflection, we hope you and your family are well. We want you to know that in our celebration of All Saints' Day, which will be this year in 2022 at 2:30 p.m. on October 31st and at 9 a.m. and 12:10 p.m. on November 1st, we will include you in our prayers and we invite you to pray for our community as well. May we all live into a life of holiness to which we are each called by virtue of our baptism. Till the time you might be able to join us here at the Cathedral live for worship, we wish you that inspiration that the saints can bring and invite you, as we try, to continue to emulate their good example as we all live closer into the vision of the Beatitudes.